Welcome to the Mega Podcast, a podcast about the fascinating world of modern dentistry. From progressive technologies to insights from experienced professionals, we explore the full spectrum of dental implantology for happy patients and for lifetime smiles.
Hello and welcome to the Mega Podcast. I'm your host of today, Marcel van Hees from MegaGen Benelux. And today we're honored to have Dr. Stavros Pelekanos with us. Stavros, welcome at this Mega Podcast.
It's my first time in Holland.
Yeah.
Although I'm traveling a lot, it's my first time I'm coming in this country.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be here. So actually, I really like the group, and it was really a very nice day for me.
Yes, I mean, it was likewise for us, and like I said, we're honored that we're the first time in the Netherlands, and that's the first time here in Oosterwijk.
Yeah.
How did you? I mean, it was a great day we had today, so thanks for that. But what did you? How did you like the educational center that we have? Because
I love this center here, and I have to tell you that really I hate going somewhere to lecture for 30 minutes or for 45 minutes, and you just go on the stage, in a big stage with a lot of people, and actually you don't have the time to present your concept and the way of working. So for me, having this kind of courses in this kind of educational centers, by the way, congratulations, it's an amazing center.
Thank you.
It's really good because then you have the whole day or a lot of time to show the workflow that you are using in every day. So for me, this is more beneficial, first of all, for the people that they are attending, and second, for me as well, because then I can present the whole workflow that I'm using. So really, I enjoyed it very much.
Is that one of the reasons why you established your own educational center in Athens as well, or could you?
Exactly, this is one of the reasons because I am passionate with my work. So basically,
we saw that today.
And basically, what I like to do is, and dentistry is something that we need to work with our hands. So when we need to work with our hands, this you cannot show through a presentation or through the internet or through a webinar. So actually, we need to interact. We need to show how we use our hands and how we do live things. And this is one of the reasons that I wanted to establish this training center in Athens, where we are actually doing mainly two courses, one implant course and one prosto course, because for me, they go together. So surgery is going together with prosthodontics, so there is no way that you can split them.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that you have to master both.
Yeah, and that's the type of courses that you do, and are these single day courses? Are these multiple? Is that, for example, the A to Z course that you talked about today?
A to Z courses. The one is the prosthodontic course, which is already 7 years now. We are doing this for 7 years, where we have gathered the best speakers from Europe. So basically, we are together with Ilya Rusu, Irena Zeiler, Vincent Femmer, Nazari Mihailucic, we have Francesco Mintrone, we have Antonio Corradini from Italy, then we have Nitzan Bicaccio from Israel, and
Champions League.
So basically, and the last session is going to the participants are going to Munich, at the University of Munich.
Yeah.
And they actually have 2 amazing days with Daniel Edelhoff. So I think, not because I am the director, but this is one of the best prosthetic course that you can follow.
Yeah, and a completely all-round course. I mean, now I understand the A to Z.
From A to Z. We start from occlusion, going to prosthetic implants prosto on implants.
Yeah.
Then the third session is only veneers and vertical preps. And the last session is the whole digital workflow with Daniel Edelhoff. So we are going from analog to digital, all the way from the basics to the latest trends of implantology, face scanners, digital workflow, jaw tracking systems. So we are really combining the latest technology in these courses. So the participants, I think they are really happy at the end.
And how many days is that?
This is like 4 sessions. Each session is 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
So in total, it's like 14 to 16 days in the year.
Yeah.
The same we are doing for implant courses. So actually what we are doing is 4 sessions again. We do this implant course together with my friend Venci Stankov from Bulgaria, who is one of my best friends and one of the best periosurgeries I know. And we are starting the first session for posterior implants in the aesthetic zone, in posterior implants, not aesthetic zone. So then the second session is only implants in the aesthetic zone. Again, 2 to 3 days. In every session, we have hands-on workshops, more than one, and live patients.
Yeah.
Third session is more, let's say, advanced. We are doing GBR procedures, bone augmentation, soft tissue augmentation, plus sinus lift procedures, internal and external. And the last session, which is the most wanted session, I would say, is all on X. So we are dealing with full mouth implant reconstructions, surgically and prosthetically, stackable guides, non-stackable guides, and we are finishing with this one. So I think this is really like implantology from A to Z.
But the thing you said, the most wanted part is the last one, the stackable. But you need the first one. You can't.
You know what? My experience is everybody wants to see the full mouth reconstructions, but then they are missing basic knowledge.
Yeah.
And after they do this, they want to follow also session number 1, which are the basics, because sometimes we think we know, and then we are missing some steps.
Yeah.
So when we are missing the basic steps of implant placement, incision design, prosthetic design, abutment configuration, these are things that you have to master when you are going to more advanced.
It's process controlling. Exactly. You have to control all the parts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So these are the 2 major courses that we are doing in our training center. And it's good because it's next to my clinic, so we do a lot of live patients, live surgeries, live demonstrations.
But the participants do the live surgery itself, or they follow the live surgery?
No, they follow the live surgery. Actually, it's organized like they work with phantoms.
Yeah.
So basically, they are doing the hands-on courses in phantoms. The center is fully equipped with microscopes and all the necessary equipments, like at the university. You have, your own position, your own station.
Yeah.
And you are working exactly in the conditions that they are mimicking the everyday practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely awesome, and I think we can even make a podcast only on the educational center and talk for hours about that.
By the way, I want to add that we have a lab, so at the same time we are able to simulate the lab conditions. I have 3 designers which are like working with me for many years right now, and we control the lab workflow together with the clinical workflow, together with the surgery, together with the prosto. Yeah. So I think this is an extremely big benefit. So we have some courses, where the technician is coming together with the clinician.
I think that's a key thing, because I think a part that we sometimes miss, and I'm curious what's your opinion about it, is the communication, and the communication between the surgeon, the communication between the prosto. I mean, everyone, the lack of communication sometimes between the person who's placing the implants and the person who's making the prosthodontic. I mean, is that something that you...
the more we go to the digital workflow, the more we need to communicate.
Yeah.
And this communication needs to be asynchronous.
Yeah.
Because you cannot gather like all the people at the same time at the same place.
Yeah.
So now we have really ways and applications and softwares where we can create the digital avatar of the patient. So we take pictures, face scans. We even can record the bite and the movement of the lower jaw. So we create the digital avatar, and then on this software, we are communicating all of the people to create the treatment planning and the treatment of the patient. So this is called asynchronous communication.
Yeah.
Where you have your patient, in your iPhone, and you can really check images, you can check radiographs, cone beam CT, movement of the patient. So you can check everything on your mobile. So this is extremely good because now we need really a lot of people to communicate, especially for full mouth reconstructions. You have the periodontist, you have the prosthodontist, you have your designer who is doing the wax up, the designer who is doing the guide stand.
Yeah.
There's so many different people, and they need to be on the same pace.
Yeah. Yeah, so communication is key, or a platform where communication is easier.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's and I think that's was a part today in your lecture that was very nice. So especially I like the part when you showed all the people within the case that are involved.
It's the dental WhatsApp. We call it the dental WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So we are like, especially now with softwares like the Smile Cloud, for example, where we are like in the case asynchronous talking, like talking in the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
With somebody.
But then everyone sees it. Oh, but user friendly. But I think key to get everyone in line.
Just imagine that somebody's calling me and said, "Okay, what are we doing in this case?" And then I said, "Okay, send me the radiograph.
Yeah.
Can you send me pictures from the site?" And then I call again. I need a cone beam CT. And all this stuff now, you have it. Everything you have it in front of you. So there's no need every time to ask for something.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you have it.
Yeah.
Just go on, proceed with the treatment plan, see the steps.
Yeah, and I think
there's no back and forth.
No, and I think the important thing, the data is there.
Yes.
So you got it. So it's if it adds to the outcome. No, it's a very important thing.
Yes, communication is very important.
Yeah, but it lacks in communication sometimes. So I think that's an important part. But like I said, platforms like you showed today are key to get a better communication between everyone involved.
Yes. It's not only in dentistry, also in life. Huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's. I take a lesson for bringing home tomorrow as well. Thanks for that, Stavros. A thing that we wanted to add, and we tried the first time, is we have a quick fire. And a quick fire is, I told you before, I give you few things where you directly could choose from, and then later on we can talk about why you chose one of these options. Mm-hmm. Are you ready for it
sure.
to give the quick answers?
Sure, I try. I try my best.
Teaching or practicing?
You need both.
But you can choose. You can only choose one first.
Practicing.
Practicing. Immediate implant placement or delayed implant placement? Immediate.
I have to choose one, right?
You have to choose one. Yeah, you have to choose one.
Not easy.
But you can explain afterwards.
Okay.
And a nice one today, and I'm very curious about this one, is the funny phrase: "The bone sets the tone, but tissue is the issue," or "Tissue is the issue, but bone sets the tone."
And what is the pros?
Sorry?
What is the pros?
I actually had people in the room today, and one said one side completely, no, it's about the bone, and the other, no, it's about the tissue. So where we start?
I choose actually none of them. I choose the pros because the pros is the boss.
Yeah. Okay.
So and okay, if I have to choose between bone and soft tissue, I will choose soft tissue. Okay? Implant dentistry was bone driven for so many decades.
Yeah.
So we were like drilling, placing implants, where was the bone?
Yeah.
Not anymore. But
it's a good thing.
If I have to choose, between the two of them, I would say soft tissue is more important than the bone. But then, if I'm allowed to add, the pros is the boss.
And actually, that was the whole idea. Please add. So it's
Yes.
to trigger the. So thanks for that. Stock anatomic healing abutments or the custom-made anatomic healing abutments. And actually, I heard today that you weren't aware of the stock anatomical healing abutments, so it's a tricky one here.
So I prefer anatomical because then I can customize the healing abutment, actually. It's not every case and every patient the same, so I prefer anatomical.
No, but I said the stock anatomical healing abutment because we have...
No, customized.
Yeah, customized. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And I must say,
some companies, they have really good anatomical abutments. Huh?
And it's already an advantage on the old round ones. I mean, that there's an anatomical part.
It's already a big step.
Yeah.
Already a big step. But if you want to be perfect, then you need customized.
Yeah, and what do you need to? Is that's practicing? Because I think one of the reasons why people choose for stock it's time or it's at the chair difficult. So what would you advise to people like?
I remember the old times, like 20 years ago, where we have this, abutments that they were like huge, going like convex like this.
Yeah.
And using a bone level implant, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah.
So now we are starting to use more narrow components. So it doesn't matter if this is like a healing abutment or normal abutment. We need to have narrow abutments. And anatomical abutments are the best way to go. So if an implant company has anatomical abutments, it's for sure a big step.
Yeah.
Big step. 100%. So to go to be like really perfectionist, you need a customized abutment, because even if I put one implant on the left side of the patient, then I put an implant on the right side of the patient, I need two different abutments.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, I mean, we as a company, MegaGen, we started with the stock anatomical healing abutments, I think 5 or 6 years ago now.
It's a big step.
And until then, but myself as well, it's
a game changer.
But it's a no-brainer if you think about it. But in a market where, and we before as well, everyone has round healing abutments. It's round healing abutments, and then you have anatomical, and it's a no-brainer. Why did we never have?
It's a new
anatomical healing abutments.
It's a new era, a big step already. It's a game changer. That 100%.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
But the customized anatomical healing abutments, like you showed today as well.
Yes, I think this is like for going for 100%.
And the last one, digital dentistry or traditional methods?
I think there is no way back. No way back. I practiced a lot the analog workflow, and we still have procedures where always when we have to compare the gold standard, which is analog, especially when we are talking about full mouth implant reconstructions. But right now, we have really the concept for the digital workflow to go almost fully digital.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's a matter of quality, but I have to say that digital workflow is here to stay, and there is no way back.
Yeah.
And this is something that we have to understand.
But how important is it that people are aware of the analog phase? Because at the end, I'm curious what's your opinion about it, because I think absolutely the digital workflow that we have, there's no way back, and it's a good thing. It's a very but it's a tool. So and the tool is getting stronger, and we get maybe through AI we get newer applications but it's a tool. So how should people be aware of the analog phase? Do you understand what I mean?
I understand what you mean. You know, the workflow will be digital, but no matter what we do, once we have to put something in the patient's mouth, this is analog.
Yeah.
We are not placing teeth on models. We are not placing teeth on avatars. So once you go to the the patient's mouth,
You're not doing surgery in the meta now.
Yes. So no matter if we use robots or not, at the end of the story is placing a tooth in a human.
Yeah.
I think my generation is the last generation with masters, I would say, both digital and analog. They are young dentists, they don't even know how to take an alginate impression. They are only using scanners.
Yeah.
I know people, they don't know how to do like a normal impression.
Is that a disadvantage for, or?
The disadvantage is, I will say, the problem in all these AI-driven workflows is the quality control.
Yeah.
So once you have something in your hand, you can like qualify, see the quality of your work. But once everything is digital, the quality control needs to be, let's say, modified.
Yeah.
So the dentists still are going to work in the patient's mouth, but how good they are, you have to know. You have to establish a quality control protocol, and there you need experience.
Yeah.
So I think we my generation who had already the analog workflow are able to do this quality control more easy. And in the future, we have to know how to do this, the quality control through softwares. So, and especially now that we are coming to an era where the dentists are not working alone anymore. Most of the time we have big companies where the dentists are, let's say, employee in the big companies.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is much more important. How to control, let's say, a big chain. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean, yeah.
So this is a step where we have to really think about it. And digital workflow will help to do the quality control, but still then you need experience. You need experience to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
With the softwares that we are having, we can even somebody can prep now in Athens, a doctor of mine and my team, and I can really check through, let's say, for example, SmileCloud, how much did he prep, how, almost real time.
Yeah.
I can check the bite of the patient. I can check the quality of his preparation from a distance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This
Yeah,
is something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And it's good that we have the tools to do it.
It's absolutely it's great that you have the tools, but and I think that's the important thing, that we keep on calling them tools, because we still have to. I mean, there's a person behind it that has to control it, or has to. I see it for example myself. I can't work without a co-pilot or other AI applications, but I still have to think about the outcome. It helps me a lot.
Yes. I totally agree. But then we are coming to another topic. How passionate are the young dentists about dentistry?
Yeah.
You know, like, are you an employee that you want to come at 8 and go at 4? And just to, go and do your job and go? Or do you want to develop yourself, be better? These are things that, I'm afraid of that a little bit, because big chains are coming. It's more like dentistry. It's like buying something on the supermarket.
Yeah, a commodity.
Yes, I am afraid of this, but still, I believe that we have to give and transfer the passion that we have, the previous generation, with the young generation, that they can, let's say, trying to be better.
Yeah.
So it's not to get more money. It's trying to be better for yourself.
Yeah.
And this is now the tricky part in dentistry, that we have to motivate the people to try to be better first for themselves, to enjoy what they are doing.
Yeah.
It's not like going to the job and do the job and go.
Yeah, but isn't your work getting nicer every day if you get better?
I saw the spark in the eyes of some people today, and for me, this was the biggest satisfaction that I can get.
Yeah.
When I say something and I see somebody, looking at it.
Yeah, you enlighten something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the best present I can get.
And I was saying that's nice that if you look at the group today, there were several relatively young dentists, and that's the thing that we see in our educational program as well. We have a big group of young dentists coming in, so they invest in themselves, make time for themselves because they want to
be better. Huh?
Yeah,
and to evolve. This is the meaning of the life: to evolve and to be like a better person, better dentist, to enjoy your work, to enjoy what you are doing every day. And enjoying is coming only when you are evolving.
Yeah. But what would be your advice if you could talk to the younger Stavros, or if you could talk to your younger colleagues? What would be your? I mean, you're still young, but what would be your advice for them?
The advice will be, I was a perfectionist since I was little, and I see also now my son. He's trying, to do everything perfect. He's trying to do a basketball, for example. He's 7 years old, and he's like, if he is not succeeding, he will shoot 100 times.
Yeah.
To make the basket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like this. I would not leave something if I wouldn't complete it. So, and once you succeed, then you get passionate. And if you love it, you start to love it. Then this is the meaning of life. So this would be my advice for the young dentists to find, let's say, one or two mentors that they can follow and to admire, because it's coming always through mentorship.
Yeah,
it's not going in the internet and open like the YouTube channel and to see how you do dentistry.
Yeah.
So find 2-3 people, follow them, meet them, interact with them.
Yeah.
Like we did today, for example, and get the spark and the love out of it.
Yeah.
This would be my advice.
Which mentor sparked you?
My first mentor was, I would say, Jörg Strupp from Freiburg.
Yeah.
He was the one who gave me the spark of perio and prosto, because I wanted to be a prostodontist.
Yeah.
And then I realized, and he gave me this spark of that dentistry and prosto is not going alone, it's going together with surgery.
Yeah.
So he was my first mentor. And at the same time, I was lucky to have also Mark Hurzeler in Freiburg at that time. I was really young. And, having these people, like every week, every day with you, and you see the passion that they have.
Yeah. It's contagious.
Yes, it takes not a long time to get this spark. This is something I advise the young generation that they should follow some mentors. It doesn't matter. Some people that they like, they admire, and they want to be like them.
Yeah. I think good advice. Thanks for that. The quick fire we had. Just another thing that we wanted to talk to you about was your collaboration with Botis, or how did you find Botis? Or because thanks for sharing your tips and tricks today and your knowledge about several. But how did you get to Botis, and what's your experience with Botis?
First of all, I have to say that I would never lecture for something that I don't believe and I don't use.
Yeah.
Everything that I show today, and every time I'm lecturing or I'm doing the hands-on course, whatever I do every day,
Yeah.
this is what I'm showing.
Yeah.
The instruments, the materials.
Yeah.
And I like to work with the best instruments, the best materials. Actually, I want to work with materials and instruments that they make my life easy.
Yeah.
So one of the companies that I enjoy very much working with is Botis.
Yeah.
The portfolio of Botis is really very large, and I would say some of the products are really really very, very good. Like, for example, the JSON membrane, which I've showed today. That, if I'm allowed to say some products,
Please, because I think my question was wrong to say about this. Why did you like the products that you work with?
The Maxcraft, the grafting materials, the membranes that they have, and also another thing is that they are listening to the practitioner, to the clinicians, which means that you can communicate with the companies, and this is for me another
very important
thing, that when you need something, or maybe you want to change something, you can call somebody and say, listen, can we do this and this, and this is for me like a family. I mean, a relationship which I like it. It works in my hands, so that's why I am showing and in my lectures products that I use every day and make my life easier.
Yeah, but I think it makes your life easier. But as sitting on the other side of the table, as the industry in this, it makes our life easier as well, because we need the feedback of our of our clinicians. I mean, it would be arrogant to say like we're the industry, we make a product. No. We need your feedback about the product, if it works, if it doesn't work. Thanks for that. You say it's a family. That's, I think, the way it should work.
It's everything about relationships.
Yeah.
And as in life, also in dentistry. So communication between the industry and the practitioners needs to be at the highest level.
Yeah.
So it has to be, let's say, clinically driven, your products and your equipment, and not financially driven, let's say. So it has to be done together with a clinician, because at the end of the story, what we are doing is going to a human being.
Yeah, exactly.
So it needs to be the best.
Yeah. And I think that's the most important, because in between there's the patient. The patient is up front.
Exactly.
And the thing that you say financially, I mean, if everything works out and the patient is happy, then everyone benefits. But that's the most important part in the...
Exactly.
Absolutely.
This will follow, but the main goal should be always the patient.
Yeah. And we talked about it a little bit before already, and you showed some things today. If you look at the future of your part in dentistry, or future in implant dentistry, where is it going? What's the near future, or what's your vision? What do you see?
Yeah, actually, one thing that cannot be, let's say, easily changed is the biology. Biology will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we do a lot of steps into the biology, but biology is there, and what is changing is the technology right now, very fast.
Yeah.
So we have extremely fast growth of new protocols, new methods, new devices, new softwares that I am also involved with a robotic implant system. So
the placement, you mean?
The placement of an implant will be, let's say, dynamic navigated. So until now we have more static navigation, but dynamic navigation is coming more and more. it means that you are placing the implant by either looking at a screen or like having
the bullseye thing.
yes, or having like an augmented reality where you have like all the layers that I showed today in front of your eyes, and you are placing the implant, being able at the same time to see the nerve, to see the bone constructions, to see the wax up where you're heading to. So these are big changes that are happening right now.
Yeah,
it's not the future; it's happening.
Yeah,
but still, a person needs to be there, a competent dentist that to do the treatment planning.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that you have the tool, like you have the Ferrari and you go and drive.
Yeah, it's like having a Ferrari but can't really drive.
Exactly.
I mean, then it's
yes. So still, you need to do a correct treatment planning. You need to have the understanding of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the protocol of what you're doing, because these are tools.
Yeah.
These are tools. At the end, we end up again in the patient's mouth with our hands.
So these are tools that make life easier.
Yes.
But
yes, make life easier, make things happen faster.
Predictable.
And of course, this is, let's say, we increase the quality of life. And we all know that dentists are not having the best quality of life. We have a difficult, let's say, work to do. And
ergonomically, you mean?
Ergonomically, and also mentally, to communicate every day with different people, with different characters.
Expectations.
So what we can do as dentists is to increase our quality of life, is to make things happen, let's say, in more predictable way, to plan in advance, because now we are starting planning, like 80% of our work is planning.
Yeah.
And 20% is working.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, it was the opposite. We were like planning 20%, and we were going in the patient's mouth, open and see the radiograph. Okay, let's put the implants like this.
Yeah.
Now everything is like more predictable. And this is quality of life.
Yeah.
So at the end of the story, the goal is to have a good quality of life, even when you're working.
I think that's a very good call and a nice call.
I think so.
And I think I think that's maybe the most important goal to strive.
Yeah.
I think we're almost rounding it up. We could talk for hours at least, but then we have the next pro. We want to finish this podcast with the next question, and the next question is for the next person sitting on your chair, and in this case, it's Tomas Linkevicius from Lithuania.
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah, you know Thomas well as well. What would be your question for Thomas that we can start with when he's sitting at this table?
Okay. Ask him what does he think about the one-time abutment. I'm joking. So, first of all, you are very lucky to have Thomas. Thomas is a brilliant mind.
Yeah.
And he has brought really good ideas in dentistry, in implant dentistry. So, jokes aside, it doesn't matter if the one-time abutment is working or not working. I would say that we need some small steps, some small stones for the mosaic, It doesn't mean that you have one stone or, 2 stones and you make the mosaic. You need all the stones.
Yeah.
And personally, I think, because it was a joke, because I like the one-time abutment concept. Yeah. And Thomas says it doesn't bring anything.
Yeah.
But, each thing we are doing, it's one small stone in the mosaic. And at the end, the mosaic is our patient.
Yeah.
So give him a big hug.
So you don't
give
have
him a big hug. I showed. I told one.
The one time about we ask him. Good. So we go for it. But it's open for discussion again as well, because there are more ways leading to Rome. So I think that's an
exactly. And this is something that we have to understand as personalities, because the more we grow up, the more we think that there is only one way, our way.
Yeah.
And then once you lecture a lot, you are going to congresses and you do a lot of lectures, you stop listening.
Yeah.
So I think we should be more like, let's say, humble, down to earth, and listen to everybody. Everybody has to show you something, a small stone.
Yeah, we don't need to battle or argue or discuss, but we have to build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's a good one to start with him next time. So thank you so much. One, for today, but secondly, being part of this podcast. I mean, that means a lot to us, and I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Very much. It's very important. It takes always two to tango, and you did really an amazing, let's say, discussion and questions. I enjoyed it very much, and thank you
so much
inviting me here. Thank you very much.
It means a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And for everyone else, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you tune in next time for our Mega Informed podcast as well. Till next time, thank you.